Hello, this is Virtualis the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Alright, so pawn guards this square, knight captures pawn, attacking the queen, queen has to move, and look at this knight there, that would be potentially checkmate, queen here, that would be checkmate, queen inviting a queen trade, they take, knight can now go into this position. Well, that would have been a beautiful win. But instead, we get something in this game that is particularly ugly. Let's have a look at a quick review. This was a game I otherwise played really well. Accuracy of 82.5, quite a bit more accurately than my opponent. You can see I developed a commanding lead as white. And then, you know, Stockfish hates this move, called it a blunder even though I'm still completely winning. Let's see what happened in the analysis. E4, opponent responds with C5, so the beginning of the Sicilian Defense. And against Sicilian, I should play the Grand Prix Attack. So knight C3, they respond with their own knight move, knight C6, and the beginning of the Grand Prix Attack is with F4. The opponent plays E6, develop the other knight, knight F3. They now play D6, and in this situation, when there's an opportunity to pin the opponent's knight, it's often a good idea to do so. And then in the situation where you're basically threatened with unpinning the knight, it's good to take. And you can see here plus 1.5 for white. So this is one of the ideas of the Grand Prix attack, the damaged pawn structure for the opponent. Short castles, and then queen, sliding the queen over to E1. So first D3, completing the pawn structure, and now you can see again, that's a good move. So now plus 2.5, or almost 2.5. Now it looks like the opponent is aiming for a fianchetto setup, which apparently wasn't good, because here I can push that pawn forward, captures, but that knight is now forced out of that position. Bishop attack the queen. Queen moves out of the way. But now I've got the knight, so defending both the pawn and attacking the queen. Now Stockfish here is completely fearless, willing to give up that pawn. I feel a little bit skittish with the queen all the way close to my back rank. So I thought that this position was probably just a little bit more conservative. They may make some shuffling queen moves, but of course there's a bit of a problem here. So this is a potential impending fork. But before I do that, I do need to do something about my own knight. So protect first. So they saw the impending fork, so they try to play this move. Of course, there's a potential problem here with a fork of their own, and I decide to resolve that by sliding the queen here. And again, Stockfish is fearless, counterattacking the queen, being willing, I think, potentially, to maybe have a queen trade in that sort of position. So they move their queen back, and here I'm going to basically sort something out with that bishop. I don't like that bishop in that sort of fianchetto defense, but this allows me to basically whack it, pawn all the way now to the sort of opponent's third rank, covering these two squares. And as you will see, this pawn becomes pretty important in the attack. So plus 7 now. Queen slides over, so one of the potential risks with the Grand Prix attack is that the king potentially can be put in check. So here I decided to move the king out of the way. Stockfish thought that I could have just jammed the movement of that pawn with my own pawn move, and yeah, that would have potentially stopped it. That was probably the better move. But plus 7, plus 8, they're both pretty good. Opponent moves their sort of knight back into the center. That's fine. I now move my knight forward, with the potentials of an attack on the queen and also on that pawn. Queen again forced to move yet again, multiple queen moves that the opponent has had to do. Here I decide to, defend, don't hang a piece. opponent, I think looking to trade. And I think Stockfish thinks that trade is actually good. But I, again, opted to play a little bit more conservatively here, just improving my position, getting up a little bit of material. Opponent can't do anything in that position. So very well defended. And notice that every single one of my opponent's pieces here is in their first 3 ranks, while I've got a much more development. I'm only +1 in material, but getting close to +10 in advantage. And here we go. It is in fact now +10 after that rook move. And here the goal is to bring a rook into the attack. Yep, that's fine. Let's capture. Here I put the extra rook in, so now 2 attackers. So looking pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And here what I saw, look at that. There's a, whoops, arrows in the wrong direction. But if I could get the queen there, that is checkmate. So that's what I saw. And see, attack the queen. Queen moves here, and here, queen here. And what I thought here was, yeah, look at that checkmate. Opponents can be forced to capture if they sort of think, oh, that's a hanging knight, then I win. But what I saw, if they capture, I thought, yeah, I'll just capture back. And immediately after capturing back, I saw, oh no, if I just move my knight there, that would have been an absolutely beautiful checkmate. Instead, I thought I'm still in a really, really good position, but oh, it's a bit ugly, isn't it? Opponent then decided to play that move. I think they were a bit rattled. I thought, yeah, there's a fork there. And in this position, my opponent resigned. I was a little bit despondent because it's kind of a really ugly, win here, isn't it? No, they resigned. I didn't checkmate. I had a beautiful mate, which I gave up. Still, a win's a win. Good game. GG. 2 takeaways from this game. 1. The Grand Prix Attack is a fantastic system against the Sicilian Defense, as you can pull the Sicilian player down your lines. And 2. Slow down. Look for checks and threats anew after every move, even if the game goes down a path that you calculated before. I hope you found this game interesting, and thanks for watching.